You're watching Big 12 Now on ESPN+. Just a matter of steps away from the Brazos River in Waco, Texas. We welcome you to the brand new Foster Pavilion for a Saturday afternoon meeting between the UCF Knights and the 12th-ranked Baylor Bears. Alongside Jim Holler, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Glad you're with us here for this Saturday afternoon bout. Two teams really looking for a bounce back in Big 12 play.
Well, no doubt about it, Kyle. 10 days ago, this Baylor team, number 4 in the nation, 1 of 3 undefeated, lost 2 on the road. UCF started 8-0. They've hit some rough sledding in Big 12 play. Big game for both teams here today.
And really along those same lines, Sarah Andrews for the Baylor Bears, one of the top scorers in Big 12 action, trying to find her stroke.
Well, Sarah Andrews has been consistent her entire career here. First team All Big 12 last year, preseason All Big 12 this season. But out of her last 16 shots, she's only made 3. That's a real rarity for her. She's Baylor's leading scorer, second in assists. She's very important for the success of this team. She needs to get back on track today.
Just 3 points in Sunday's loss at Iowa State, where UCF is going to look to rely heavily on the scoring ability of Caitlin Peterson.
Well, Caitlin Peterson is one of the dynamic offensive players in the Big 12 Conference. Already had 3 games over 30 points this year. You see, averaging over 20 points. As they like to say, she can do and score on all 3 levels. Good driver, good jump shooter, and an excellent 3-point shooter. She will be the focus of the Baylor defense today.
Enters the weekend 3rd in the Big 12 in scoring. She's 4th in 3-point makes. There's plenty to keep an eye on whenever it comes to Peterson and her scoring ability. It's the 4th all-time meeting between UCF and Baylor in the women's hoops action. It's the first meeting in Waco inside this brand new venue, but first trip for UCF ever to Central Texas.
Well, it certainly is a big game, as we've said, Kyle, for both teams. They both need to get back on track. With the great setting here in this new Foster Pavilion on the Baylor campus is something special. Very loud, very great home court advantage. It'll be interesting to see how these two teams react here this afternoon.
Baylor 9-0 at home this season, 2-0 inside the brand new Foster Pavilion. UCF looking for their first true road win of the season and their first win as a Big 12 conference opponent as they join the conference this past year. We are about set and ready to go. Baylor will go from left to right wearing the home yellow uniforms, the gold for the Baylor Bears against the black uniforms for UCF. The tip is won by the Bears, and Sarah Andrews sends it back to Jada Walker to get us underway.
Typically, UCF very strong on defense, like to play the passing lanes. Looks like they're starting that way again this afternoon.
Andrews into the corner, opens up a shot for Edwards early on, and there's one way to get this crowd into it.
Normally, Dre Edwards is playing on the block, but today they pop her out wide for that opener against the UCF Knights.
Baylor 14-2 this season, 3-2 in Big 12 action. Those 2 losses in back-to-back games against Kansas and Iowa State entering this one. Right side drive, now the low block, foul called inside, and there will be free throws for the first time. They call that an offensive foul, going the other way.
Nice job by the Baylor defense rotating over and helping cut off that baseline drive. Jada Walker at the point for Baylor. She did not have her best game against Iowa State and Kansas on the road. She's looking to make a good comeback as well.
14 points, 6 assists in that matchup for the Kentucky transfer. Go outside to Asia Blackwell. This one off the mark from 3-point land. UCF driving inside. They want to be physical, and that was a physical take from Layla Jewett. And there's the first make for the Knights.
Yeah, Jewett averaging 9 a game, second leading scorer for UCF.
Walker skip pass into the corner for Blackwell. Back up top. Andrews feels confident from that deep.
Well, Sarah Andrews has the green light from Coach Nikki Collin. If she thinks she can make it, they want her to take it.
Speaking of a green light, that's Peterson with the rock here. Little handoff to Wagoo. Wagoo in her first start for UCF this season. Short corner jumper goes for Maya Burns.
Well, nice ball movement by UCF. Perfect spacing. Going one-on-one that time against the Baylor defender.
Burns averaging 9 points per game. Had just 2 in a loss against number 24, West Virginia, 76-59 last Sunday as well. Left side drive, that one drops for Jada Walker.
Well, normally the Big 12 scouting reports say take that left hand away from Jada Walker. They did not do it that time. Got the easy kiss off the glass.
Preseason Big 12 newcomer of the year, Walker. Phenomenal season so far for Coach Colin and company. There's that short jumper again from Burns. That has worked well for UCF.
Yeah, 2 straight possessions. They pop Burns out on that left baseline. She drills it.
Inside again, that left low block has been open for the Bears early.
Great job by Little Paige Buggs breaking to the open spot on that left-hand block. Good pass by Blackwell.
Both teams shooting hot from the field to start. UCF 3 of 3. Baylor 3 of 5. Spin, right side. That one's going to drop as well for Burns. 6 points in the early going.
Well, Burns 6, all 6 for UCF. Great start.
Strong drive and a charge drawn inside. Edwards through the right bow.
Now, it looked like Dre Edwards had her mind made up ahead of time on that drive. Good look at Coach Nikki Collin in her 3rd year as head coach at Baylor. Former WNBA Coach of the Year. Quite a coup for Baylor to bring her in to replace Kim Mulkey 3 years ago.
Had a great conversation with Coach Collin earlier. Talked about really the task at hand is to get back to playing their brand of basketball. Losing 2 straight is unusual for this Baylor bunch at any point in the year as Peterson will drive. Her floater rattles its way home for her first make today.
Oh, what great quickness, what great explosiveness there by Peterson. Baylor's got to do a better job of cutting her off on those straight line drives.
UCF has made every shot they've put up so far. 5 of 5 to begin from the field. Here goes Walker, guarded by Peterson. Created some separation, but she picked up the pivot foot, travel cold.
Got bumped a little bit, lost her footing. Wow, great look there. It's the TMS, her longtime assistant at Baylor under Kim Mulkey, 7 years on her staff here. Member of that team that won the 2019 National Championship. So TMS got a great ovation from this crowd when she was introduced earlier.
And they had the public address announcer introduce her to the Baylor faithful. And while it might be UCF's first game in Waco all time, it is not Messer's first game in Waco. There's the first miss from UCF on their offensive end of the floor. Turns into a takeaway, though, as they get it right back. The Knights have been phenomenal.
Careless outlet pass there by Little Paige Buggs that time. Got to have good ball handling in a game of this magnitude.
So far, 5 of 6 to begin. Baylor's had 3 turnovers compared to just the 1 for UCF to this point. Left side drive, Lagoo inside. That one misdirected. Nice job by Edwards and Little Paige Buggs to get ahead of it. Now a pass in transition. Foul called in the process.
A nice job of running the floor by Asia Blackwell, the transfer from the University of Missouri. Take a look at this long pass up the floor. Blackwell doing a good job of controlling it, getting the quick pass out for the possible shot from the corner, but foul called before.
That's the first foul on Peterson so far. Outside shot again for Edwards. She's not afraid to take the 3-point jumper. She's only made 16 this season, though. It's not necessarily her game, but Coach Colin told us earlier she doesn't want to put Edwards in a box. Wants that versatility to shine. Extra pass, cross court. There's Walker. She finds an open Buggs underneath. Drives to the baseline. Got it in the paint.
Oh, great ball movement and great player movement by Baylor that time, bringing the Bears back within 1.
The pressure put from the Bears defense. Last touched out of play as Robinson Lagoo sends it out on the baseline.
Well, this UCF team, very scrappy, very quick, very athletic. Lost some heartbreakers early in conference play. Come in here today looking full of confidence, very aggressive start.
Maybe a little bit of desperation there too. 0-5 in conference play. They've lost their last 5 matchups. You don't want to drop another one even though this is on the road. Pump fake and a foul called as Dre Edwards will go to the line, or excuse me, Asia Blackwell
did a good job. Ball fake, head fake. go into the stripe when we come back.
UCF with an early advantage halfway through the opening quarter on the road against the number 12 Baylor Bears. Just getting started in Waco. Pitt Spirit Shirt Giveaway Day here inside the Foster Pavilion. Students of all ages getting free t-shirts on their way in. Great crowd for a Saturday afternoon between the Baylor Bears and the UCF Knights. And so far, UCF not afraid of the atmosphere, not afraid of the challenge on the road.
Not at all. They're playing very, very well. Good defense. Baylor very dependent on the three-point shot. Only 1 for 4 in that category here in their early going. Must get on track.
Blackwell was fouled prior to the break. Baylor off the inbound baseline, works it around to Walker. It's underneath the hoop, now back to Blackwell. She picked up the pivot foot again. Second travel in back-to-back possessions for the Baylor Bears.
Yeah, I think they actually called an illegal pick there instead of the travel call. I believe I saw Nikisha Thompson signal a legal block.
If that's the case, it's another mishap from Baylor early on. UCF trying to take advantage. That was an open shot from three for Jewett. Offensive rebound gives an extra opportunity for the Knights, but there's a travel from Ware left side. It's Mia Ware. We'll give it right back.
Now, very interesting. Dre Edwards coming out of the ball game earlier. Baylor's second leading scorer coming out and being replaced by the big freshman who has not seen a lot of action so far this year for Baylor, Letty Vasconcelos, now on the block for Baylor.
Drews controls it, guarded by Peterson in the corner for Walker. Walker left to right, now looks to the short corner. Just 4 to shoot. Blackwell will go to the free throw line, trying to fit it down low to Vasconcelos, and it's out of play. Last touch by Baylor.
Really good team defense by UCF that time. Forced Baylor to use the full shot clock and not a comfortable possession that time for the Bears.
Nikki Collin talked about how she expected the Knights to run that man-to-man look and be physical. She felt like Kansas in that win for the Jayhawks 2 games ago really out-physical this Baylor team, and that was really an emphasis coming into this.
Yes, they spent a whole week working on that exact fact, Kyle, and it's really not showing up that much so far here today.
The shot over the top, the rebound is there for Kelly, but a shot clock violation before she got it off. Good defense that time from the Bears, rotating, making things tough on the Knights.
Now, Vasconcelos has got to get in the habit of getting her arm straight up. She was fortunate she wasn't called for a foul there. The shot clock went off before.
Walker to Edwards. To Jada Walker, junior transfer from Kentucky.
Nice job by UCF jumping those screens out front against Jada Walker. I think we're going to get the call against Tamia Ware on that foul out front. Ware, who made that foul, was a transfer from LSU, where Satia Messer was an assistant under Kim Mulkey before taking the head job at UCF last year.
Second year for Messer in Orlando. 23 wins, 21 losses. The Knights coming in, it's 9-6 on the campaign, but 0-5 in Big 12 play. That's a nice physical move from Little Paige Bugs to clear some space and kiss it off the glass.
Yeah, beautiful job of faking to her left, coming back to the right, and jumping over a much shorter defender. Baylor needs to take advantage of some matchups on the floor.
Baylor can continue to get shots up. They've been knocking them down 4 of their last 5. UCF all of a sudden has gone cold from the field. They made their first 5 makes, but since then are 0 of 6. This rebound underneath as it caromed off the backboard. Lands in the hands of the freshman Vasconcelos. Now it's taken away by Edwards. Corner 3 for Jada Walker off the mark.
Now Baylor had a good opportunity right there. Wide open 3. A nice drive. Good effort getting down the floor for Peterson, the leading scorer. Take a look again at Little Paige Bugs on the last Baylor basket. Catching that ball on the block, making the quick move over that right shoulder. Fortunate she didn't get a call on the charge right there, but the referee was in perfect position. Peterson at the line now for UCF. This young lady already has 3 30-point games on the year, including last week in conference play at Cincinnati. She had a conference high 35 points, so she is an offensive machine. Transferred to UCF from University of Indiana, originally from the state of Alabama.
In 6 games in her sophomore season with Indiana, the Hoosiers. 2 20-point games in her last 4 outings, back on the 3rd and the 6th. And here's the weekend as the Big 12 minutes leader. She's a pretty good free throw shooter at that. 72%. She knocks down both. Andrews wants that one from the left side of the lane. Gets her own miss. Takes it all the way back to the cup. But it's too strong. Rebound to Jewett.
Now, Sarah Andrews is usually going to be 90% on those kind of shots. Just didn't get the friendly bounce off the glass.
Time corrals the loose basketball for UCF. Jewett directing traffic right side, guarded by Bugs. Jewett, two-handed pass down low to Kelly. Now back outside, and it looked like
Burns stepped out. Yeah, stepped out, used the pivot foot, and caught that sideline. Battle of turnovers right now. Neither team good with the floor game in this first quarter.
Baylor in that loss on Sunday against Iowa State had 21 turnovers. They already have 6 today.
You know, Kyle, this is the Baylor team averaging 81 points on the season. UCF averages 65. Neither team consistent so far here this afternoon.
There's a long three to open up the perimeter. Yaya Felder knocks it down.
She's really the Energizer Bunny coming off the bench for this Baylor team. She's been very instrumental in some big victories for Baylor this year over number 5 Texas, over number 4 Utah.
Trip called on Felder.
And that call draws the ire of the crowd. Take a look, Yaya Felder, the transfer from Ohio University, burying her first 3-point effort of the game.
Became the 5th Bear on the active roster to reach 1,000 points. She was honored
Before the game, yeah.
Had a basketball, artwork on the front.
Big ovation from the Baylor fandom. Great crowd here today. You mentioned earlier, fantastic student turnout. Baylor in the 2-3 zone defense now with a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Go back to Peterson. Wing extended, she'll drive, now top of the key. Lights it up from downtown. She can hit that one with ease. 7 points for Caitlin Peterson.
Now, what's amazing about Peterson, she's taken twice as many shots as any other member of this UCF team. Now, Baylor getting called for their second illegal pick of this first quarter. I believe they got Vasconcelos for moving on that screen away from the ball. Dre Edwards with the 2 quick fouls for Baylor out of the lineup. Vasconcelos in for her. Freshman giving up a 6th-year senior for a first-year freshman.
Nice feed underneath. It'll result in a foul. There's a locked up to find the open Funes inside, and then Vasconcelos is going to be called for her 2nd foul in a matter of seconds.
Asia Blackwell, much more experience coming back in the ball game for Baylor. I point out UCF actually started this game with 2 young ladies that normally do not start. Their normal starters, Asho Akot and Jayla Kelly, both suffering a little bit today. Kelly with a little ankle injury and Akot with a little viral issue, but UCF appears to adjust quite well.
2nd start of the year for the Go-Do. She hit the first free throw, knocks down the 2nd. Freshman from Fort Lauderdale. High-level shooter with some size. 6'3" freshman. They really like what kind of Go-Do brings to the table. You can see why on that possession.
Very impressive so far here today.
UCF benefiting from some free throws. They are one of their last 7 from the field. Baylor has possession. About 8 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. Edwards looking to the sideline.
Robinson got Wagoo back on the floor now defensively for UCF. She's one of their better on-ball defenders while she's in there.
There's Andrews back over to the wing extended for an open three. Fauntleroy can't hit it. Foul called on the rebound attempt. Shot clock now off at 9.7 seconds remaining.
Well, Fauntleroy, that's her first shot of the day, and she's one of the Bears' leading scorers and probably their best pure shooter. And that's the first shot she has had here this afternoon.
43% from downtown, 29 of 68 shooting. And now it'll be Ariana Littlebage Bugs at the free throw line for a pair. She's tied for the team high 6 points to this moment in the ball game. Now make it 7. Chance to bring it within 1 in the final 10 seconds of the opening period here.
Very consistent free throw shooter, 78% on the season. Both Baylor and UCF in the top ranks of the Big 12 in free throw accuracy for the year.
Ball for Littlebage Bugs. 1-point ball game. UCF should have plenty of time to get down the floor and get a shot off here prior to the buzzer.
Well, what Baylor does not want to do here is foul and put them on the free throw line.
Instead, they force a turnover the other direction. Felder with 2 seconds left. Lay in, no good. One last heave on the rebound attempt from Blackwell. And this one's too strong as well. It'll be UCF by 1 headed to the second.
Yeah, I think they called a foul right at as the buzzer went off. So it looks like Blackwell's going to go to the free throw line. Terrific job by Baylor in transition, getting the ball up the floor. Felder probably should have had it, but Blackwell, as usual, great hustle for the Bears.
Satia Messer is out on the floor having a conversation. She did not like the timing of the foul, and it looks like our officials will go back and look at it.
To see the foul occurred prior to 0 on the game clock.
Yeah, it looks like Eric Bruton over there taking a look with Nikisha Thompson. Doug Knight, there you can see right here. Take a look. I don't see any red yet. Let's see if Blackwell gets it off. Gets the defender up in the air. Oh, that's going to be close.
So the ball is still in her hands, but the contact happens with 0.1 or 0.2
right
on the clock.
I think they're going to get the foul before we see the red light. Let's take a look again. Yeah, right there you're seeing the bump. Yeah.
I think there will be free throws here for Baylor.
It appears that way to us.
We've been wrong before.
Sometimes those striped shirts and I did not agree. We'll see what they do.
Never, right? You always agree.
No, it's amazing.
You got to walk with everybody.
Amazing how much better the referees have become since I coached.
They've had some benefit of extra
they
training.
Do a hard job. They do a great job.
Yeah.
You know, the athleticism has become so phenomenal with speed, quickness, vertical jumping ability. Just a lot harder to keep up with this game. I go back so far when we just had 2 referees working the game. So it's become really much better when they went to the 3 officials. Good look at Satia Messer there, mentioned earlier, long-time assistant.
As review, the foul occurs at 0.3 on the game clock. It'll be 2 shots for number 33 goal with 0.3 on the game clock.
Well, Asia Blackwell, a great competitor, but she missed 2 free throws at Iowa State last week that really were crucial in that ball game, and she's a 59% free throw shooter on the year. We'll see what she can do here with 3/10 of a tick left.
Really, anything here is icing on the cake for the first quarter for Baylor. First one does fall. We're tied back up at 17, but you'd have to think after the missed lay-in attempt, just the effort of Blackwell to get to the line is enough for Coach Collin to be happy at the end of the frame, and they will have a lead, barring a phenomenal shot from UCF. They won't get it off in time. Jewett will hold on, and it's 18-17 in favor of the Bears through 1. Satia Messer and the Golden Knights of UCF battling it out on the road against the Baylor Bears.
Live sports.
Baylor by 1 as we head to the second quarter in Waco, Texas. Baylor's season was off to a phenomenal start, 14-0. That's their best mark since they went 40-0 undefeated back in 2012. And of course, you got to talk about these top 5 wins won against Utah, and then you go down to Austin and take down the Texas Longhorns. That was a phenomenal.
And they've also had another impressive win over Miami of Florida, who just beat number 4 North Carolina State this week. By the way, this UCF team beat the team Auburn that just beat LSU this week. So they got some good wins. This is 2 good teams out here. Just had a rough week.
Yeah, UCF nearly knocked off Oklahoma State on the road. 68-61 was the final score. That fell to Cincinnati by 1. Those were the closest matchups they've had in Big 12 play. This one's given away. A careless turnover in the backcourt leads to a Caitlin Peterson bucket.
You know, Agent Blackwell just did not see the UCF defender jumping into the passing lane, made the cross-court pass unwisely. Little Paige Buck with the ball. Baylor's leading scorer with 8 in today's game.
Walker to the free throw line. That one tipped away again. Nice play by Nagodu. UCF wants to run with it in transition. The fast break lay-in, no good. Nagodu fights for the board, puts it back up and in.
Well, that was a big point of emphasis for both teams here today. Be tough on the boards. UCF definitely tougher right there.
UCF jumped out to a lead in that opening quarter, thanks to some hot shooting and good defense. They've now done so to start the second as well. You feel like Nikki Collins' message has been to her squad to this point in the ballgame?
Well, they just have not been very consistent. They don't look comfortable yet. They've not been consistent blocking out. But lots of basketball left to be played here today. Great move that time inside by Burns. Just didn't reward herself with a good finish.
Some separation was guarded by Asia Blackwell. Now here's Walker, right-hand side. Around to Felder. She can pull up from three-point land. Instead, she'll drive right on top of the Big 12 logo to Walker. Cutting inside. Her turnaround falls in the lane.
Well, nice creative move by Jada Walker that time. UCF doing a good job of changing their defenses, Kyle, and it looks like it's confusing Baylor a little bit on the offensive end, but nice finish by Walker that time to pull Baylor back within 1.
It was funny in a conversation with Nikki Collins earlier when she said that she expected UCF to play man. She did throw a disclaimer on there saying that we don't really know what they're going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to make sure things are tough, and UCF has certainly done that defensively. They've also controlled the paint. How about this? Kai Nagodu off her first start of Big 12 play, and she has 6 points.
Well, nice job, Jada Walker, keeping Baylor in this right now. But that last time on defense by Baylor, Little Paige Bugs, much too soft on block defense. You got to be a little bit stronger down there. Little Paige Bugs just letting UCF go where they want to in the paint.
This one corner, along 2 off the mark from Burns. And then a frustration foul after the missed shot.
Good hustle again. Always expect that from Asia Blackwell. Good at going after the long rebounds. Most people don't realize this. Before Asia Blackwell had that horrible leg injury last year and knocked her out most of the season, she transferred from Missouri after her junior year. She was the second leading rebounder in the nation at 13 rebounds per game. Hasn't got that effectiveness back, but that young lady is a player, especially on the boards.
There's a foul away from the basketball as Felder gets the hardwood.
Yeah, that's Robinson Wagoo and Felder having a little personal battle over there on the wing.
Second foul for Robinson Wagoo.
Robinson Wagoo, earlier in her career, played at Auburn and Gulf Coast Community College. Felder, of course, at Ohio University, where she had a 40-point game last year against Central Michigan.
There's a drive, left side from Andrews, and it opened things up for Fauntleroy inside as well.
Yeah, great job by Sarah Andrews, second leading assist maker for this Baylor team, behind Jada Walker. 10th point of the game for Little Paige Bugs.
Baylor back up by 1, but not for long. Peterson knocks down her second triple.
Well, you're seeing why Peterson's one of the top 3 scorers in the Big 12 Conference, while they like her to take twice as many shots as any of the other members of this UCF team.
First player for either side into double figures. It looked like that ball might have been tipped. Gathered in by Andrews, but then given right back. Burns with a nice play defensively.
Well, both teams continue to be a little bit helter-skelter here. Just not any, what I would say, rhythm for either team so far.
Now Blackwell will be the guilty party.
Yeah, that's not a smart foul when a player's dribbling away from the basket. You don't want to jump out on that screen that aggressively.
Blackwell's first foul. We talked about early in this matchup, Dre Edwards having to take some time off and go to the bench because she had 2 early fouls. Once she picked that up, really changed the complexion of the early parts of this game. Nice pickpocket there from Walker.
Great hands by Jada Walker. The ball exposed to her, and she brings it right back for the easy shot. Just not rewarding herself. A lot to say she did the hard part, didn't get the points.
You can see a bit of frustration off of the miss. Wanted to book in good defense with some good offense. Missed opportunity for Baylor. This one way off to the left. That was a contested shot all the way through. Really no chance there for Ty. This one tipped. Picked up in the corner by Felder. Now she'll feed it inside. There's Blackwell for 2.
Nice job by Blackwell moving without the basketball to the bucket. Nice finish.
UCF 48% from the field. Baylor catching right back up to the Knights. 45% so far. Burns. Bolt now feeds it to Nagodu. Nagodu has been phenomenal down low.
Well, Baylor's letting her get the step to the bucket. They got to move their feet and cut that movement off.
Crafty move from Felder, spun out of defense, tried to feed it on the baseline, but overshot the target. Caitlin Peterson not overshooting the whole lot either. UCF leading on the road, 28-26, thanks to 10 points from one of the Big 12's top scorers.
Subaru is the National Park Foundation's largest corporate donor, helping expand access for all.
UCF on the road, unafraid of the challenge early on, and this is a team that really needs a win. They started 9-1, a phenomenal beginning to the year, but they dropped 5 straight since the start of Big 12 play, looking for their first conference win in the conference.
Well, they're going to get there. You can tell this team has some talent, very quick, very athletic, very well coached. They've hit some tough sledding in the early going in conference, lost very close ones, but they look like a pretty darn good team to me here this afternoon. They're shooting 50% against this good Baylor defensive team, so they're keeping their poise quite well.
Officially joined the Big 12 Conference in July. Made the jump from D3 to B2, FCS, and an FBS level, now to the Big 12, and we will have a chance to catch up with Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark at halftime, so don't be afraid to stick around for that one.
That'll be fun to talk to the commissioner. Not good team defense there by Baylor, just a straight line drive to the basket that time by Asia Todd. Transfer from Liberty University into this UCF program. Baylor just playing in spurts here so far today, offensively and defensively.
Right, UCF, they've remained steady throughout. Pretty consistent start so far for Messer's bunch. There's Blackwell working open down low, draws the foul. Can't get the friendly roll. She'll have to earn it from the stripe.
Nice job by Yaya Felder shuffling that pass low to Asia Blackwell down on the block. Probably should have gone up strong and used the glass, but we'll get to go to the charity stripe instead. Blackwell with 4 points here so far this afternoon, exhibiting her usual terrific effort. 3 for 3 now for the line for Asia Blackwell, 5 for 5 for the team. Always got a smile on her face.
3 double-doubles this season. This is the second free throw. Spent 3 years with Missouri as a starter. Now,
yeah, second team All-Southeastern Conference player at Missouri.
Ball by Maya Burns.
Well, that's 8 turnovers now, 9 turnovers in the game for UCF. Baylor has a very unnormal 12 turnovers. Early in the season, Baylor had very, very few turnovers in the game, but this UCF team's keeping them off balance here today. this is interesting. Dre Edwards back on the floor with 2 fouls in the first half.
3:20 to play for the Page Bucks. Back to Andrews, who wants to drive. She'll feed it to Bucks down low. Phenomenal pass in a tight window, and it leads to 2.
Yeah, 4th assist for Sarah Andrews. Still has not scored. Baylor's leading scorer has not scored with 3 minutes to go in the first half with 4 terrific assists.
It's either a bit of confidence in Baylor or maybe a bad sign for the Bears that Andrews still hasn't gotten underway. Can she hit this one from the corner? Not this time.
Sarah just not getting her feet set like she likes to.
And a great job by Walker. The transition defense just occupying the left side.
Nice job after that long rebound to get back and stop that Knight effort.
1 point Knights lead. Blackwell back to Edwards, who knocked down a 3 on the opening possession for Baylor. Back to Blackwell. And she.
Well, that's going to be Baylor's 13th turnover now of the ball game. Probably should have taken a quick step into the paint with the shot when you have the defender behind you. It looks like Baylor is overthinking a little bit here today. Instead of just normally reacting like they have become so good at, establishing this 80-point per game season scoring average. Here are only 29 points in the first half with 2 minutes to go.
Do you feel like that could be a byproduct of dropping 2 straight coming in?
Oh, sure. That's definitely a byproduct. Baylor's team defense improving here as they go along in this ball game. Not as many easy attempts at the rack.
Walker finds a wide open Edwards.
Baylor having their best results with quick drives to the basket and then the little shovel passes underneath. Nice possession that time by Baylor, coming back with 1:45 to go in the first half. Going up by 1 over UCF.
Messer calls a timeout. Here's another look at the drive from Walker to Dre Edwards.
Nice job by Jada Walker. Really unselfish there. Probably could have taken it all the way off the glass herself, but getting Dre Edwards back on the scoreboard. Remember, Dre Edwards made the first basket of the game for Baylor, a 3-pointer from the right wing, but she got in foul trouble, Kyle, and sat for 10 minutes on the bench.
5 points, halfway to her season average. Great free throw shooter. She's coming off 19.7 rebounds in that loss against the Cyclones in Ames. And you would expect maybe a second half to be a little bit more fruitful for Dre Edwards, but her versatility is seen even we came to shoot around. We were talking about the versatility.
Well, this whole team's got a lot of versatility, starting with the fact they have 7 players averaging 9 points or more per game. Dre Edwards, a good reciprocate of the balance on this team. But so there's some unusual stats concerning Dre Edwards. She leads this team in steals defensively, so not only good on the offensive end, but good defensively too.
Jewett back to Peterson, lines up the triple and knocks it down. 13 points for Caitlin Peterson.
Yeah, she's just what I like about her game. Yes, she takes a lot of shots, but she takes them when she's open. I haven't seen her really force anything here this afternoon. When you average over 20 points per game and have scored over 33 times, you might expect a little more ball hogging.
Now she has a takeaway. Ahead of the pack for Asia Todd. Her lay-in off the mark, and it's Bugs who corrals the carry.
Baylor very fortunate right there after another turnover.
Blackwell jump stop inside, left it short.
A great move by Blackwell, just did not get the ball over the rim. Concentration.
Peterson's mid-range off the mark. Both teams back and forth with some misses. Peterson has been great from the perimeter. She's hit 3 triples, now up to 40 on the season. What a pass down low. Threaded the needle down to Dre Edwards for 2.
Yeah, 5th assist of the game for Sarah Andrews. Led the Big 12 in that category last year. Great passer. That's why she's picked first team all-conference again in the preseason by the conference coaches.
All tied up at 33. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Jewett into the corner, trying to find it back up top for the guard out of Woodridge, Florida. Here's Peterson. Guarded by Andrews. Peterson all the way inside. Missed it, but there's the cleanup on the offensive glass. Kai Nakodu. There's a three-quarters court shot from Andrews, and it's off the mark. UCF will have